Hey everybody, welcome on our channel. In this video we are gonna see, what if Naruto got harem with Anko, Hinata and Hana? Part 2. If you are new on the channel, don't forget to subscribe our channel and like the video too. So without wasting any more time, let's start the story. So you mean to tell me the toads are up to their tricks involving prophecy, asked Tsunade, as Naruto nodded his head in confirmation. Naruto had revealed dark truths about the Toad Sage clan that no one was ever supposed to know. From how they have become too complacent in the status and wealth, how they are taking thing that's not theirs such as the S. Why would they do that? Asked Kushina, curious about the Toads' motive. The Toads want prestige and wealth by leaving the world reliant on their prophecies, which were never meant to be told to mortal parties, which is gravely forbidden by the gods, answered Naruto, as Kushina is disgusted by the Toad's own greed. I may know of a way to help you with this poison, said Tsunade, as this gets the attention of Naruto and Kushina. What is it? Asked Naruto as he looked at his godmother in question. There is a chamber in the Temple of Fire that contains the pool of spirit revitalization. It will purge your body of the taint on your body. You won't have to worry about it, said Tsunade as she looks at her godson in question. Well, since they underestimated my healing factor, it seems to have neutralized the poison's lethal effects, but the effects block my transformation. I'll be sure to take a swim in it. However, I need to find the other weapons. If I don't, Danzo's flunkies will, said Naruto as the three know that the weapons and armor would be highly destructive in the wrong hands. Alright Naruto my son. But be sure you have a dip in the purification pool as soon as you can, said Kushina as she doesn't want her son to be killed because of her miscalculations on his healing factor doing its job. Yes mother, you don't have to worry about me so soon. After all, you just have to have faith, said Naruto as he goes to talk with Choji about the different types of spices that can be used on Barbec. Time skip 2 weeks later. Naruto had taken a dip in the pool of purification as he was told to do. Naruto has been trying to gain an understanding of his White Falcon powers in various exercises. Discovering that his powers are centered around his sensor capacity and power, meaning his senses are sharper and more keen than his already enhanced senses. In the case of mental faculties, Naruto has discovered his thought process is sharper and more focused. He has also discovered that his chakra control is greater than ever before. So the White Falcon's abilities tied to enhanced senses above those tied to the power of my White Tiger state. It doesn't stop there, it appears that I have better control over my chakra and more intuitive thinking when applying myself to tactical combat, seeing as I was able to defeat my own shadow clones in Hisahadar with only 6 moves to its 10. Thought Naruto now understood the power of the White Falcon. Meanwhile in Kumo, the secret civil war just turned loud as reformists and conservatives had begun intense open combat, with each in the center of the village, if a bloody battle was being fought. Commander Nai Ryukyu has given new orders, he says, to send out a commando detachment to seal away the remains of the Ryujin so they wouldn't be used against anyone, relayed the comms operator. He knows that the grave is highly secured by Third Raikage's best ninja, said Yujito as she knows the Ryujin digs are well guarded by the best of them. Ryukyu also said that he had sent an emissary to Konoha for one Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze for help, said the operator, as Yujito perked up at the name. So Byako will be joining the fighting. I really hope to see the tiger come out of him, said telepathically Niabi as Yujito blushed at the topic of Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. Back with Naruto. Naruto has been training his senses to be more acute than normal in a sensory deprivation chamber, while having his 2 clones play against each other in Hisahadar, while blindfolded and 2 clones practicing chakra control over a thin thread of cloth, all while he is manipulating his chakra in an isometric workout of holding himself up on a pull-up bar. He soon begins to greatly understand and master the White Falcon abilities. Naruto is soon better able to use his White Falcon abilities. As each shadow clone disperses, Naruto gets the feedback and progression of each of the clones. Naruto walks outside of the chamber to feel that his senses are more bearable and more adjustable. His mind to him seems more focused and quicker than normal. His own control over chakra is sharper than ever before. Soon Naruto is practicing Sorokin, the forerunner form of Goken, against a golem. Focusing more on the tactical close quarters fighting, hitting smarter not harder. He soon begins to slowly overcome the strength and power of the golem in question, defeating it with superior skill and cunning instead of power and stamina. Soon the golem is broken to pieces by Naruto's more surgical strikes. Naruto takes a breath in as he stretches out the kinks in his bones. Before Naruto could train some more, a messenger falcon flies inside of the cave. Message for Uzumaki Namikaze, said the falcon in animal tongue. Naruto walks over to the falcon to get the message. Thank you. You may go, said Naruto as the falcon bows in respect to the blonde in front of her and flies off. Naruto readied the message with it being a summons to the Hokage Tower. Soon Naruto gathers his armor and weapons for a possible mission. Naruto puts the training camp on lock and key. He makes a beeline towards the Hokage tower. Time skip 30 minutes later. Naruto walks into the Hokage tower. As he walks into the Hokage office, he sees a girl with red hair and a standard Kumo shinobi dress wear standing across from Hiashi, who looks confused about whether to kill or to listen. "Carry," said Naruto as he looks at the girl in question, wondering what one of his Kumo admirers was doing in Konoha. "Naruto, it's good you came on short notice. We have a situation of dire importance," said Hiruzen as he gestures for Carry to begin. After your rescue of Hinata Hana from Kumo, the third Raikage had decreed to have all Kunoichi fertilized with the Raijin DNA, even if they were married. I was the first one to speak out against it, saying that it is crossing lines of both nature and marital laws. I was put to death the last 5 weeks. With his death it sparked a savage civil war. We managed to drive the loyalists back. But I came here for your help, Naruto-kun, with a commando detachment to seal away the Raijin remains in the mountains. Explained Carry as Naruto is listening with intent. What does Konoha get for this, Carry-chan asked Naruto as he looks at the girl in question. Simply put, an alliance through a political marriage and 10 rank jutsu, answered Carry as she walks towards Hiashi with a scroll in particular. Hiashi Hyuga, on behalf of the Confederate Kumo government, I return to you the lion summoning contract of your ancestors, said Carry as she looks at Hiashi, who takes the scroll and studies it. You got yourself a mercenary, said Naruto as Carry walks forward and kisses Naruto on the lips intensely, surprising the 2 older shinobi in the room. Naruto kisses back with equal vigor. The 2 breaks from the kiss. I can't wait to move in with you, Tiger-kun. I was practicing my dance with Yujito, who can't wait to see you again, whispered Carry in a sultry tone. As she and Naruto walks out of the office towards the front gate. Lucky Gaki, thought Hiruzen as his nose was still bleeding as Hiashi ran towards the Hyuga compound like a bat out of hell. Time skip 3 days later in Kumo. Naruto is walking into the Confederate camp with Carry. Many eyes can be seen on him as they look at him with questioning gazes. The 2 walk into the command tent. Commander Ryukyu, I have returned with Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze, said Carry as she looks at the commander of the Confederate forces. He was a man very much as tall and well built as Jiraiya of the Sannin, and Naruto with grey hair in contrast to Jiraiya's white. Thank you, Carry, you may meet with Yujito for the commando mission, said Ryukyu as Carry bows and left, but not before kissing Naruto. Commander Ryukyu, I presume, asked Naruto as he walks up and shakes his hand. Yes, welcome to the trenches. I'm glad you came. We have much to talk about, said Ryukyu as he and Naruto goes towards the map of the battlefield. Time skip 2 hours later. Naruto and the commando team consisting of Yujito, Nai, Samui and Carry, along with 12 Kumo shinobi from the commando detachment, are getting into position for the assault. Okay, everyone knows what the plan is, right, asked Naruto as everyone nods in understanding as he gets out his bow and let loose 3 to 6 arrows in the air. Each one of those arrows hit their marks, hitting 2 sentries, the generator for the gates and the guard captain. Soon all hell breaks loose. As the commando troops storm the fortress. Intense fighting breaks out as the guards engage the commando force in bloodthirsty fighting. Naruto kills 8 Kumo loyalists with Sorokin as he makes his way towards the supposed tomb of Raijin. Yujito, Samui and Carry fight off Kumo loyalists left and right as the commando force begins pushing the loyalists back. Inside of the tomb, Naruto is fighting through small squads of Ryujin enhanced shinobi. These shinobi are a little stronger than the Dragoon unit, but Naruto manages to preserve and defeat the Dragon-enhanced shinobi with the tactical fighting tactics he honed the past weeks. As he's about to get near the gates of the body of the divine dragon, a humanoid dragon creature leaps down upon Naruto, who rolls out of the way. Soon the being comes into the light to reveal it's not with Kumo. It's clothed in garb akin to a Ronin and warrior hermit, his face is humanly handsome, and he has long black hair, his skin is smooth and a reptilian gray. His build rivals a certain group of gods. Soon Naruto senses the creature isn't a threat to him. Who or what are you? Asked Naruto as he looks at the bruiser of similar build to himself. I am Ryusei, the avatar of Raijin. I have come to my lord's call to seal his body away. I thought you were one of the defilers, but I discover you are Hachiman's champion Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. Explained the now revealed Ryusei as he looks at Naruto, who is surprised at meeting the avatar of the divine dragon. So what will happen now? Might I ask, as I'm also here to seal Raijin as well, said Naruto as Ryusei nods in understanding. We work together in the meantime, Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze, said Ryusei as he looks at the champion of Hachiman, seeing no ill intent. Okay, let's seal the remains of Hachiman, said Naruto as he and Ryusei kick upon the door to see Raijin in all his glory. Greetings Uzumaki Namikaze, I see the power of the White Falcon and White Tiger has awakened within you, said the divine dragon. How are you alive? I thought you were dead, said Naruto, surprised at the divine dragon's survival and awareness of his name. Simply put, divine dragons like me cannot die. due to our unique celestial nature. We can however go into a type of comatose state that renders us in a death-like state, but only death-like," said Ryujin, getting an even more surprised look from the blonde and the human dragon hybrid. "But Lord Ryujin, you said in your message that you were dying," said Ryusei as he looks at his deity in question. "Oh, that was due to me having a surgical drill drilling into my brain," said Ryujin as both sweat dropped at this. "Well, that changes plans. So, let's just remove the prodding tools from Ryujin and just get out of here. Oh, and Ryujin-sama, try a different resting spot that doesn't involve a ninja village being nearby," suggested Naruto as he and Ryusei remove the surgical items from the divine dragon. Soon Ryujin regenerates from the surgical cuts he's endured. "Thank you, Naruto and Ryusei. You two did me a kind service. I shall do one in return for both of you," said Ryujin as he focuses mystical energy and permeates both of them. "Ryusei, I give you freedom from your duty to me. Use your powers as you wish. Naruto, you will gain the power of the Azure Dragon when you have mastery of the first two of your powers," said Ryujin as he teleports away from Kumo to another place to sleep. The two walk out of the cave after setting off the explosives. Soon Naruto sees Kari, Samui and Yujito along with the rest of the Kumo commando force outside as they walk out. The civilians are safely out and away from the cave. As they walk out, the Kumo force get into defensive stances as they see Ryusei walking beside him. Some of the Kunoichis look at the man with fascination minus Kari, Samui and Yujito. "It's alright, he's with me. He helped with moving Ryujin-sama away from here," said Naruto as he looks at them. Kumonin stand down. "So Ryusei, what would you do now since you are no longer in duty to Ryujin?" asked Naruto, wondering what type of path Ryusei will take now. "I don't know, maybe I'll become a mercenary, maybe start a clan with several women, preferably ones who are incredibly strong," said Ryusei as Naruto had to admit his goal while narrow is clear compared to many others. "Okay, off we go then," said Naruto as they return to the Kumo Confederate camp. Time skip 4 days later in Konoha. Naruto returns to Konoha with his new brides and 10A rank jutsus and a new warrior to fight alongside him. When Naruto revealed to the council about Ryusei being a former avatar of Ryujin, the civilian side -1 wanted him to breed a clan of heirs. Ryusei revealed to them he already had a plan, only that it will be women of his choice, not theirs. He also said that should anyone interfere with him, they will be killed in the most brutal manner possible at that moment. Kari, Samui and Yujito also had been put into the Shinobi roster after they complete their probation, screenings and physical exams, along with Ryusei. Elsewhere in the elementals, Hinata is on a team with Shino Aburami, Kiba Inuzuka and Kurenai Yuhi on a C-rank mission to Wave Country to escort Tazuna the bridge builder. However, the C-rank mission turned to an A rank with missing nins showing up, with arguably the most dangerous so far being Uzumaki. At the moment, panting can be heard as Hinata is panting heavily as she had gone toe-to-toe with Uzumaki, who at the moment is feeling sore and breathing hard after one of the most brutal exchanges he's had with a Hyuga who's using a unique style of taijutsu, nor has he fought one with 4 arms. These delivered strikes that would normally kill Kunoichis like Kurenai just simply angered Hinata. Before they could continue, Zabuza suddenly is hit by several senbon to the back of his neck, seemingly killing him. A ninja with a hunter's mask and gear stands over the body. "Who are you?" asked Hinata as she uses her Byakugan to look underneath the mask of the ninja in front of her. But she finds she is unable to. "I am a hunter nin from Kiri, thank you for weakening Zabuza so I can make the kill," said the Kiri hunter nin as he picks up the body and disappears. Hinata moves back towards her team and mission subject. She heals from the battle she just experienced. "What now, Kurenai-sensei? What do we do now?" asked Hinata as Kurenai, who was injured in the melee fighting, looks and says, "We will go to Wave and wait for reinforcement. After that we will be more than ready to handle Gato." Hinata nods in agreement as she picks up her dumbest teammate Kiba Inuzuka, who from the start of their mission had been trying to get into his pants. Lucky for her, he was the first one to be knocked out by the lethal missing nin. "Tazuna-san led on to your house," said Kurenai as Tazuna nods in an affirmative nod. The group heads off towards their client's house in haste for his survival. Soon Wave will experience a fierce battle for survival. Naruto is in the Namikaze training grounds training to master his White Tiger abilities. Samui, Kari and Yujito are looking on in awe at Naruto's transformation, still surprised at the blonde man beast's transformation. Naruto has been training to push past the limitations of his standard White Tiger man beast state to gain the Green Dragon state. So far he hasn't been getting anywhere aside from gaining increased strength and speed far above his normal transformation. At the moment he is practicing Tao meditation, focusing his inner strength and power. So far he feels something is missing from his progress. Suddenly a knock can be heard at the gates of the Namikaze compound. Naruto breaks away from his meditations to go towards the gates to see the Nico masked Anbu. "Ah, Nico, how are things?" asked Naruto. Not much, Naruto. I come with an urgent mission for you to complete from the Hokage," said Nico as she hands him the mission scroll. Naruto takes it and reads it. He sees that his Raishin princess is in trouble with the demon of the mist. "Thank you, Nico, I will be on my way at once," said Naruto as Nico shunshuns away, leaving Naruto to get ready. "Where are you going, Naruto-kun?" asked Carrie, looking at her husband. "To get Hinata Hyuga, the Raishin princess of the Hyuga clan," said Naruto as Samui, Carrie and Yujito are interested in how the Hyuga princess has their Byaku's heart. "Let us go with you, Byaku," said Yujito, wanting to help her white tiger. "Sorry kitten, you are needed here for orientation by my mother and godmother," said Naruto as he gets his armor on for the mission at hand and leaves out, but not before he kisses each one of them deeply and heads out. "Ladies, it will be when he gets back with Hinata that we have the greatest night of our lives," said Samui as she and her sister wives nod in agreement. Elsewhere in the village, Raisei is in a surprising predicament. He is in bed with one of the strongest Sanin Tsunade Senju, who is laying on top of him. He's piecing together last night's events. Flashback night prior. Raisei is at a bar drinking in celebration of getting his clan status. Remembering he needs at least 5 women. At the moment he's sitting at the bar alone drinking his sake. As he downs a cup he notices someone sitting next to him. He turns to see one Tsunade Senju. "It's impolite to drink alone," said Tsunade in a seductive tone. Raisei pours her a cup. Soon the two begin to drink and talk together. They relate to how life has treated them. Tsunade with the loss of her brother and lover, Raisei with the loss of his family. They both start to feel a sense of kinship with one another. Soon that kinship turned to longing. Both of them went towards Tsunade's home. Inside they proceed to have a night of rough passionate sex. Tsunade screaming out in pleasure as she rides Raisei with reckless abandon. Feeling her massive freests as she ride the humanoid dragon's manhood. "I can get used to this," thought Raisei as he gropes one of Tsunade's large freests as she is bouncing up and down on his beep. Moans can be heard through the home at night. Flashback end. Raisei feels Tsunade stir awake. "So it wasn't a dream. Good, because you are the right man for me," said Tsunade as she strokes the human dragon's manhood, feeling it hard again. She licks her lips at the length of it and how it pleasured her last night. "Good, because you're the right woman for me, soon you and other will be mothers of our children," said Raisei. "Care to join me in the shower?" asked Tsunade as she gets out of the bed, swinging her hip as she walks into the bathroom with Raisei following behind her. "She's a keeper," thought Raisei as he walked inside of the bathroom. Tsunade and Raisei are washing each other. Tsunade purposely drops the soap in front of Raisei in a seductive manner. Raisei smirks at the ploy, grabs Tsunade in a rough but sensual manner, and bends her over. Tsunade shivers with delight at how Raisei handled her roughly. Soon moans can be heard over the running of a shower. Back with Naruto. Naruto is traveling towards Wave at rapid speeds, going 167 miles per hour. "Looks like I know that my training is paying off," thought Naruto as he is running, getting used to his newly increased speed. Soon he nears the watery border to Wave. He looks over at the border from a nearby ridge. Gato is a smart little bastard. He placed high-class mercenaries along the water barriers so no one could get in by water. "Luckily for me, I'm not getting in by water," thought Naruto as he gets another gift from his granduncle. A collapsible hang glider. "I really got to thank my granduncle with a proper gift," thought Naruto as he assembles the glider and takes flight over the river. The mercenaries are moving around, unaware that Kano has sent a single combat specialist over the river and them. Naruto manages to land well past the patrol group. Naruto proceeds to break apart the glider and heads towards Tezuna's house. With Hinata. Hinata is getting groceries for Tezuna's house. She is not only as Tsunami, a woman of 24 years of age, is with her. She is a woman who is very beautiful. Her beauty is comparable to Kurenai despite having a son. As they came from Wave's underworld supplier, who is not a big fan of Gato. Luckily for them, he had the supplies for them free of charge. He only had one request. That being to draw Hinata in a masterful drawing nude. Hinata was surprised at how skilled the man drew her. That she allowed the man to keep the painting in praise of his skill. Hinata and Tsunami are now en route to the house until 50 bandits. "Give us the woman and we might let you live after we have some fun with you," said the bandit leader. "Tsunami, run, I'll be fine," commanded Hinata as Tsunami did just that and ran. Soon a ferocious one-side fight ensues with 35 mercenaries dying. The remaining mercenaries surround Hinata in a circle until several arrows hit several mercenaries, killing each one of them. Hinata turns to see her love Naruto holding a crossbow. He soon leaps down from his perch to eliminate the mercenaries with what he's been working on in his fighting skills. "Byaku, I'm glad to see you. How was your mission?" asked Hinata, caressing Naruto's cheek, getting a deep purr from him. "Nothing much, Ryuheim. I had freed the dormant Raijin from his prison, along with gaining an ally in the form of his former avatar. I'm also engaged to Kari, Samui and Yujito Nai," said Naruto as he kisses the hand of a surprised Hinata at the events of his missions. "Will I at least get to share him with 3 people that saved my purity for him?" thought Hinata as she leads Naruto to the home of Tsunami. They manage to catch up with the woman in question. "Greetings ma'am, I'm Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. I was sent to help reinforce the squad sent to protect your father. It is nice to meet you," said Naruto as he bowed towards the woman in question. "Nice to meet the son of the Yondaime Hokage," said Tsunami as she bows in return. "Let's get inside your home, it's about to rain," said Naruto as he picks up the other grocery bag. Time skip an hour and 30 minutes later. Naruto had filled teammate in on his mission and how he is also tasked with the elimination of Geto. At the moment the group plus family are eating an amazing dinner prepared by Hinata, Tsunami and Naruto. Everyone is enjoying their dinner. Hinata ate while sitting in her lover's lap and feeding him. Soon silence is broken by the boy named Inari. "You're going to die. No matter who you are and no matter how strong you are, Geto will kill you. Especially you with the bold whisker mark," said Inari in an angry tone of voice. As Kiba said in a condescending says, "I can take care of myself. A runt like you don't understand real strength. I'm probably stronger than nature boy over here," as he points at Naruto. Naruto shuts him up by transforming into his white tiger, a shocking reaction from some of the people in the room. "Now Inari, I know of your hopelessness, but let me ask you something, is Geto human?" asked Naruto in a calm primal voice. "Yes," answered Inari. "Does he sleep?" asked Naruto again. "Yes, why does it matter to you?" asked a fearful Inari. "Well Inari, I'll tell you something. If it bleeds you can kill it. No matter what people say. This is just people. If Geto's a god, he is won by mortal hands. If he is a god through mortal hands, that means only one thing. He can die. I will kill Geto and use his head like a soccer ball. Just remember one thing. Power comes in many forms, the only power Geto has is fear. But the power I have is brute strength with a killer instinct. If that's not enough, then your fighting spirit will make it even stronger than what it is," said Naruto as Inari looks at Naruto feeling a fighting spirit being reawakened anew. "As for you Kiba, you talk about a big game. But that's just talk when trying to compare the avatar of Hachiman," said Naruto, growling at Kiba who is pissing himself in front of everyone. "Go to your corner. Little boy," said Naruto as Kiba does as he's told as Tsunami walks up to Naruto. "Azuna-san, I would need information on Geto's operations in Wave," Naruto asked. "Sure, but what do you want to do?" asked Azuna. "I'm taking the fight to Geto in a guerrilla campaign, so I'm gonna be needing you to tell the people in Wave to stay indoors," said Naruto as Azuna nods in agreement. Tsunami walks up in wonder at the humanoid tiger. "May I stroke your whiskers please?" asked a blushing Tsunami as Naruto allows her to stroke him. Naruto purrs to the stroking of his whiskers by the woman. Tsunami has a kawaii moment at the tiger man beast's purring and Akamaru being scratched behind his ears by the man beast. The next following days resulted in a guerrilla campaign launched by the primal mercenary taking out sex slave and drug operations around Wave, while teammate is guarding Tazuna and the bridge building crew using his tiger powers to their limits and beyond. Naruto at the moment is experiencing a metamorphosis in his sensory system. He is sleeping in an empty cave, snoring after a recent raid on a drug factory. His snoring attracts the attention of a figure with long jet black hair and dark brown eyes in a pink kimono, who investigates to see Naruto against the wall sleeping. "Too bad he isn't my type because I would like a piece of him," thought the girl in question. "Hey, wake up. You shouldn't be sleeping in a cave as cold as this," asked the girl in question as Naruto awakens to the girl. "I like cold caves. It makes me feel at home with nature. My name is Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. Can I have your name, miss?" asked Naruto as he looks at the girl in question. "My name is Haku and I'm a boy," said Haku, secretly hoping it disappoints the boy in front of him. "Nice try, I can smell pheromones that can tell who's male or female," said Naruto as he looks at a pouting Haku. "So Haku, how's Zabuza doing?" asked Naruto as Haku stiffens at the mention of that name. "How do you know? Because he senses my scent on you, Haku," interrupted Zabuza, who appears behind Haku. "So you're the beast man who's been wrecking my employer's operation," said Zabuza as he gets out his sword. "Yes I am, it's an honor to meet the demon of the mist," said Naruto as morphs into his white tiger form, surprising Haku. "Impressive," said a surprised Zabuza. "Zabuza, I actually have a proposal for you," said Naruto as Zabuza holds up his sword should show he could listen. "I'm listening," said a curious Zabuza. "Simply put, I want you to terminate your contract with Geto," said Naruto as Zabuza laughs. "What's the catch?" asked Zabuza. "Nothing, just terminate it. If you do, I will give you what you need for the rebels in Kiri by giving you Geto's account numbers after I kill him and the deeds to 2 of 6 companies he owns." said Naruto as he looks at the missing nin who thinks about it hard and realizes the rebels would be in good hands with what he will do. Why not, I'll do it. But I would like to test your combat skills. Asked Zabuza as Naruto gets into his stance with his Tachi and Zabuza doing the same. An intense sparring session happens, Zabuza using the Water Slayer sword stance and Naruto using the Tiger sword stance. Both are demonstrating skill in both fencing and well-timed unarmed strikes in their sequences. Naruto with a well-placed blade lock disarms the demon of the mist. Naruto disarms himself. Your sword skills are superb. Let's test your taijutsu and ninjutsu, said Zabuza as the two engage in a fierce taijutsu and ninjutsu contest, both trading close combat techniques while breaking for ranged elemental jutsu. Soon Naruto with a low leg sweep knocks Zabuza on the ground with a foot only meters from his face. Read the boot, said Naruto as Zabuza reads it. Wolverine, said Zabuza as Naruto nodded. He helped Zabuza up from the ground. You're a superb warrior. I will leave Gato's employment, said Zabuza as Naruto smirks and shakes his hand. You won't be disappointed, Naruto said in a joyful manner. Time skip 1 day later. The Tazuna Bridge has been finished. However, the people are not celebrating just yet. They need to take care of one short bastard named Gato. At Gato's fortress. Work demolition teams are getting ready to destroy the bridge. However, plans change as a flaming arrow hit on Demo Merc in his explosives pack, causing a massive explosion. The mercs look to see Naruto holding his bow as he let loose several more arrow, hitting more Demo Mercs in the explosive packs, causing carnage among the mercs' ranks. Soon after the dust settles, many of the mercenaries are either dead or dying. Naruto puts up his sword and gets out his Tachi to fight the other, quickly slaughtering them all, leaving a frightened Gato. Naruto puts his sword up and kicks Gato in the face. Naruto is kicking Gato across the courtyard face first. This went on for several hours. Naruto stops. Give me all your account numbers for your companies, demanded Naruto as he looks at the midget who's shaking in fear. Here, said Gato as he hands Naruto the numbers. Thank you and goodbye, said Naruto as he rips the man's heart out, killing him instantly. Naruto goes to look for the deeds for Gato's companies and takes them. He frees the prisoners and leaves. Naruto goes over to Zabuza's meeting place and gives him 2 of the deeds he promised to give him. Keeping his word. Naruto goes towards Tazuna's home to see the teammate was on guard. So are you going to invite me inside, said Naruto as Hinata walks up to him and kisses him on the lips. Where were you by Anko, said Hinata as she was worried about her love. Well, my darling Ryahim, I had visited Gato's fortress of a mansion to get some souvenirs and something for Tazuna, said Naruto as he walks over to Tazuna and hands him the deeds to 4 of Gato's company. Tazuna of Wave, I present to you the deeds to 4 of Gato's companies. He will not need them, but you and your people will, said Naruto, as a shocked Tazuna takes them and gives them to an equally shocked Tsunami. Tazuna runs out to the center of the village and shouts. People of Wave, Gato has been killed, we are free, said Tazuna as the people slowly and surely celebrates their liberation. Soon celebrations start to begin as days after Wave gained a new daimyo in the form of Tsunami, who is more than capable of the role. Teammate along with Naruto was hailed as heroes for their help against Gato's tyranny. At the moment Naruto is moving with teammate back to Konoha with a pissed Kiba and a still stoic Shino. Naruto for his part senses he's faster than before, while yes, he's faster than Shino, Kiba, Kurenai and Akamaru. But he's starting to gain the lead way ahead of Hinata herself. Maybe the dragon state has something to do with my falcon and tiger powers. Naruto thought about visiting Ryusei when he gets back to the village. Inside a secret base. One Danzo Shimura is seething at the failure to gain the weapons and armor of Hachiman himself. He's even seething even more about the Ultra Falcon war bow being acquired by someone unknown to him. We'll also think about how to kill the Jinchuriki of the 9-tailed fox. Soon you will either bow before me or be killed, Hachiman's chosen or not, thought Danzo as he looks through paperwork about creating a genom unit to squat to do so. Naruto is on a hill meditating. As he is doing so he sees a large white tiger running towards him. He also sees a falcon flying right next to the tiger soon. They soon collide with Naruto in question. Suddenly Naruto wakes up to see that he is in his bed with Kari, Yujito, Samui, Anko, Hana and Hinata cuddling around him. Panting hard as all of them awake to see Naruto in distress. What is it, Naruto-kun? Asked Yujito as she came up from his left. I had a strange dream of the white tiger and white falcon racing in harmony together, said Naruto as Hana looks at him and strokes his face. It could be something that could help your powers, said Samui as Naruto thinks upon his lover's idea. That's not bad at all, darling, said Naruto as he gets ready for the day. Oh no you don't, we're not done just yet, said Anko as she grabs his manhood as she and the others look at Naruto hungrily. Why not, said Naruto as he gets back into bed for some more rough sex with his lovers. On Mount Mayaboku. Ah Jiraiya boy, what's happened? I thought you were going to ensure that if we can't control the chosen one you are to destroy him. said Fukushaku as he looks at his summoner in irritation. Things are getting complicated. It would seem Naruto has also awakened the White Falcon power, said Jiraiya, as both Fukushaku looks in shock at the man's news. That's not all. It would also appear that he's onto us about our vision for the world, said Jiraiya as Fukushaku looks like he's going to have a stroke. He's getting stronger by the minute. If we don't slow him down he will gain the Azure Dragon's power, said Fukushaku. Not to worry, he doesn't have his weapons and armor, he will be easily dealt with, said Jiraiya reassuring him. However, what he doesn't know is that Naruto already acquired the Ultra Falcon Warbow. Back with Naruto. Naruto is at his hidden training grounds trying to combine his White Falcon powers with his White Tiger powers so he can awaken his Green Dragon powers. So far he's experiencing a deep strain on his body trying to awaken his Green Dragon power. Slowly he began to experience a type of flux in both his White Tiger and White Falcon powers and symbols. Soon Naruto expels chakra outward in a small pulse that goes only a few meters. Naruto soon fall unconscious. The mark of the Azure Dragon slowly starts to become colorized. Naruto's body starts to change and sprout something new in the elementals. Time skip 3 hours later. Naruto wakes up to see he is still on the ground. Soon he gets up off the ground to walk towards the showers of his training fortress. He soon discovers he has transformed not into his White Tiger state but his Azure Dragon Beastman state. I did it, thought an excited Naruto as he walks up to a mirror to see his transformation in the reflection. He looks into the mirror to find that he has his human appearance with a reptilian twist with fin-like ears. He also sports something Ryusei doesn't, bat-like wings. He has sharp fangs and claws. His build is slightly less than in his White Tiger state. Soon Naruto using his senses and senses outward to discover his sensory is similar to that of his White Falcon powers. Naruto studies the form to see what he has in store for training. Soon he finds he has the strength and reflexes of the White Tiger and the intuitive thought of the White Falcon. Soon he discovers something he is able to do that's a boon for him, that being flight. Naruto focuses and changes back to his normal form. Well, it looks like I have a busy schedule to keep, thought Naruto as he starts to a long week of training. Training montage from Rocky IV. Naruto trains for 4 weeks to get an even deeper understanding of his Shintoism powers and abilities. From the White Tiger power he understands the power of its regeneration when it comes to his health and instinctual nature when it comes to battle. Its areas of enhanced speed, strength, agility and reflexes are only bonuses. His elemental affinity for fire rivals, if not surpasses, those of the Uchiha clan fire users. From the White Falcon power he understands its mental power and intuitive thinking, as well as its capability for channeling Senjutsu chakra, not just from the ground, but from the air. Aside from his Senjutsu chakra channeling, Naruto discovered that his affinity for wind is of incredible destructive power. From his Azure Dragon power, he discovers he has the balance qualities for both the White Tiger and White Falcon, and then some in the form of elemental affinities, such as water, lighting, and earth. Completing his elemental affinities. Naruto during these weeks training in his combat skills and pushing his normal state beyond its normal limits. He has become a war machine. End of montage. Samui, Kari, Yujito, Hana, Anko and Hinata along with Ino, Satsuki and Tenten for their parts had been following the Uzumaki Namikaze clans in secret to see what their shared interest was doing. For the most part Satsuki, Tenten and Ino are in amazement at Naruto's commitment to his training regimen. Soon on the last day of his training regimen, Naruto can be seen meditating. Deeply channeling Senjutsu chakra into his body. The 9 girls who have spied on his progress had all been in training as well and see the blonde in a type of perfect harmony in his meditation. Your 9 can come on out, said Naruto as the 9 girls look sheepish at being caught by the blonde Adonis. We came to check on you by Anko, said Hinata as she strokes his whiskers getting a purr from the blonde beast warrior. Satsuki for her part gets aroused by the blonde's purr. So how's your training coming, asked Samui as she saw her answer when Naruto transformed into his Tiger Man beast state and his Azure Dragon Man state. Shocking and surprising the Kunoichi in question for different reasons. Does that answer your question, darling, asked Naruto as every one of the Kunoichi nods in surprise at his new transformation. You finally did it, you now have the power of the Green Dragon. I'm so happy, Naruto-kun, said Hinata as she wrapped her hands around his torso from behind him. That is not the only part, said Naruto as he transforms into his Green Dragon Man state and does one thing everyone in the room looks at with amazement: he is flying. He performs aerial acrobatics that surprises the Kunoichi in question. Mother is right, he's definitely a treat to be with, thought Satsuki as she looks on with amazement at the beast man. Naruto goes to take a shower so he could go and ask for permission to travel outside of Konoha for clan matters. As he steps outside only in a towel, he sees Ino and Satsuki blushing at Naruto, admiring his toned and muscled physique. Hami, I want to wrestle with him and let him win, thought Ino as she looked at the beast warrior in question, admiring his physique. Satsuki restrains herself from wanting to molest the blonde beast man in front of her. His hands and arms look strong from all that hard work he's put himself through. Thought Enten as she admires the blonde's form through his commitment to hard work and dedication in getting himself strong. Naruto walks toward the changing room to get in his travel gear. He locks the fortress up to head to the Hokage Tower. Elsewhere in Bear Country. The temple can be seen in the highlands of a grassland country with several tents belonging to a certain rogue faction. Rude Anbu can be seen in a spike pit full of remains of other would-be raiders as a figure sits on a throne. This figure has armor styled after the tiger. Fools, only one with the mind of my rival would solve the riddle and gain the King Tiger armor, thought the guardian on the chair. In Vegetable Country. The group of root ninja and mercenaries laid dead on the floor, cut to pieces by a samurai in dragon-style armor who was sitting in a meditative position. Silence reigned in the chamber as the bodies are soon burned away as if they never existed. Back with Naruto. Naruto is studying the use of the Ultra Falcon war bow, understanding its and understanding the weapon's connection with his White Falcon powers. Well, time to take it out for a test drive, thought Naruto as he looks towards the horizon. The Ultra Falcon war bow compacts to be easy to carry. Naruto goes to the Hokage office. Hello, I'm Naruto Uzumaki. I'm here to see the third Hokage, said Naruto to the secretary. Who is fighting a blush looking at the blonde in particular. Sure thing, he is inside, said the secretary as she lets him inside of the door. Naruto sees the third Hokage making a vase in an office-built pottery station. Ah, Naruto my boy, how are? Said the third Hokage in a joyful manner as he looks at the blonde in question. Nothing much, Hokage Dono. How goes your pottery, asked Naruto as he looks at the various vases in the room. Very well, I find it really relaxing, said Hiruzen, as after Jiraiya had tried to betray his predecessor's legacy, he stopped reading Icha altogether. So Naruto, how may I help, asked Hiruzen as he stops what he's doing. I'm going out of village for some months. I only stopped by to let you know on matters of clan secrets. Said Naruto as he smells someone off in the room, letting Hiruzen subtlety know of what's wrong. Sure Naruto, just be back for the Chunin exams, I'll need you for security. Said Hiruzen as he senses the intruder and, in the corner, as does Naruto before Naruto leaves, he throws a knife at the corner of the room, killing the Rutanin in the room. Thank you for clearing that up, Naruto, I'll see that my office is better taken care of. Said Hiruzen as Naruto left the office for his home to pack. Got to admit Danzo is getting better at his infiltration of my office. Thought Hiruzen as he moves the body to discover his grandson Konohamaru had left some of his figurines of the 47 Ronin. He suddenly gets an idea for Anbu's new uniform dress wear. With Naruto in his home. Naruto is packing lightly in equipment and gear for the trip ahead. He has enough clothes, rations and money for what he can live off of until he returns. Soon he leaves for the gate towards the elemental nations. Naruto made sure his home and lovers are well secured and taken care of as he leaves. Anko, looking out in the window, looks on with hope for her lover. Come back soon, Naruto-kun, thought Anko as she heads out for her duties in T&I department. Naruto travels toward Vegetable Country for the Swords of the Dragon first. He travels toward Vegetable Country on foot. As he travels he senses no one looking, might as well see how far I can fly, thought Naruto as he transforms into his Dragon Man state and flies off towards Vegetable Country. In Konoha. Ryusei is walking through the village's streets trying to find a flower shop for Tsunade. As he is walking, he turns the corner to see an angry Jiraiya. Stay away from her, you freak, said Jiraiya as he slaps Ryusei's flowers from his hand. However, Jiraiya for his own mistake challenges a Dragon Man to a fight. The one-side beating can be heard across the alley as Jiraiya is being viciously beaten to a near plump by Ryusei. You don't own her, she chooses to be with me. Get used to it, said Ryusei as he walks back towards the flower shop. Before he could enter he bumps into a woman. I apologizes, ma'am. I didn't see you there, said Ryusei as he picks up the woman's groceries. As he hands them back to the woman in question, who he notices she is a Hyuga clan member. Thank you, Raijin-sama, said the woman, who blushes in the Dragon Man stare. You're welcome, Kitsumi. Kitsumi Hyuga, said the Hyuga as she looks at the Dragon Man in question. Well, I should get home, my grandmother is waiting for me, Kitsumi as she walks to her destination. Ryusei walks back into the Yamanaka flower shop to get some more flowers and walks off to go see Tsunade. Back with Naruto. Naruto is flying, minding his own business. He had passed the border to Vegetable Country hours ago. He soon feels a wind current pulling him from the air. He misjudges the wind current strength. Soon Naruto finds himself unable to maintain himself in the air and soon crash lands on a nearby cliff into a cave. Slowly getting to his feet, he soon sees the cave system is very different from a normal one, as if someone has carved a path for someone to travel through. Transforming into his white tiger beast man state, he smells something that is very thick in the air that smells of blood. Walking towards the scent, he smells the blood. He goes to find a door to a room in particular. He opens the door to see the bodies of dead Ronin, all of them have been cut to pieces. In the center of them all is a samurai in dragon-styled armor in a meditative position. "Welcome Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. I have been expecting you," said the dragon-armored samurai as he gets up off the ground and turns to face him. The warrior looks to be taller than the Uzumaki by 3 inches. This appears to be another guardian of some sorts. "Looks like I sense a test to gain the sword," thought Naruto as he looks at the samurai. "Are you the guardian of the twin dragon sabers?" asked Naruto as he gets a nod of confirmation from the dragon samurai himself. "Yes, I am," said the guardian as Naruto mentally readies himself for possible. "Let us begin," said Naruto as the dragon warrior and Naruto gets into a battle stance. In Wind Country at the same time. The trio of ninja are getting ready for the Chunin exams. One of them, a beautiful red-haired woman with tanuki-like eyes with a kanji for love on her head, is sitting in a circle reading. She suddenly feels a wisp of wind in the air blowing her hair lightly. She looks east as if she will feel a change of great proportions. What could this be, thought the red-haired girl, who goes back to reading feeling as if the fates have a great storm of change that will change her for the better. Naruto and the guard of the twin dragon sabers clash in masterful combat with each dual-wielding swords. Both are clashing with determination, trying to overcome one another. The guardian seems faster. Naruto is greatly keeping up with the guardian thanks to his increased agility. Naruto is noticing something odd about how the guardian fights. He sees and bepises the fight pattern of his style, sensing something odd with how the dragon-themed swordsman is moving as if he's using the very winds itself. Naruto soon comes to the conclusion that the guardian's fighting style is built around the element of wind itself, enhancing the warrior's movements. Naruto, discovering this, adapts and uses the fire element to boost his speed to match the dragon swordsman. Soon Naruto, with masterful skill, disarms the dragon swordsman of both his swords. "Superb, your skill and ability as a combatant is remarkable. Your instincts are decisive and well honed. You are worthy of the twin dragon sabers," praised the dragon swordsman as he transforms into a key seal. Naruto picks up the seal and goes towards the sealed chamber. He places the seal in the disc-shaped keyhole. Soon the chamber doors open to reveal 2 sword grips with a prong guard and ergonomic design. Naruto confused moves and picks the saber handles up. Soon the saber handles emit blades made of fire and wind. Naruto, surprised at the saber's design, holds the sabers properly, twirling and swinging them with purpose. Seeing how they function similarly to the sword of the thunder god. A fitting name for 2 blades with the power of 2 quintessential life-bringing elements, thought Naruto as he turns around to leave until he sees a woman with long violet hair with jade eyes in a blue flak jacket and shorts. She had a headband with the symbol of a star on the center of it, holding a katana towards him. "Who are you and what are you doing here?" asked the woman in question. "I am Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. I traveled a long way to find the weapons of Hachiman, the god of war created for me before I was born," answered Naruto as the woman is shocked and disbelieving at the statement. "At real? Why would Hachiman give you the twin dragon sabers?" asked the woman in question. "It's due to me being his avatar," said Naruto as he turns around to reveal the completed Shin-Tao symbol with the white falcon, azure dragon and white tiger. The woman looks at it in surprise. "I have heard of the legend, but I never thought it would be true," said the woman in question. Naruto transforms into the white tiger beast man, which surprises her as he morphs back into his human state with the white falcon senjutsu state and soon morphs into his azure dragon beast man state, greatly surprising the woman. "Incredible," said the woman as she looks at the bimorphic beast man. "So, ma'am, who might you be, might I asked Naruto as he looks at the woman in question. "I am Natsuhi Jonin of Hashigakure. I was looking for the twin dragon sabers," answered the now named Natsuhi. "What purpose do you have with the sabers?" asked a curious Naruto. "I need them to overwhelm the militant faction that has taken control of my village that seeks to restart the star training method," explained Natsuhi as Naruto looks even more interested in the woman's story. "What is the star training method?" asked a curious Naruto. "It's a method of training that involves the absorption of chakra coming from a meteorite. It would improve the performance of a shinobi's ability to use ninjutsu. However, the star training method has caused a side effect, with many of its past users dying from overdose of the enhanced chakra it gives out. I am possibly the only one who has not experienced such a fate," explained Natsuhi as Naruto looks shocked at such a dangerous method being brought back in the curriculum of a village. "Would you allow me to use the twin dragon sabers?" asked Natsuhi as she looks at the blonde beast warrior. "It depends on whether they can be wielded by another outside of me," said Naruto as he hands Natsuhi the sabers. Natsuhi for her part is unable to activate the saber despite her enhanced chakra. Natsuhi looks at Naruto in question. "Why aren't these working?" asking Natsuhi. "It's Hachiman doing, he made it to where those of either evil intent or not his avatar are not able to call upon their power," explained Naruto as Natsuhi is disappointed at this until she hears something of great fortune. I will help you and your village, said Naruto as Natsuhi lights up with happiness. Thank you Uzumaki Namikaze. I will be forever grateful for your help, said Natsuhi in a happy tone of voice. Don't thank me yet, let's go, we have lives to save and a faction to wipe out, said Naruto as he and Natsuhi move out of the chamber. Time skip 5 hours later. In an underground location in the village hidden in the stars. A man with robes of a Kage is walking through a hallway towards the location of a training ground of sorts with his 2 advisors. Inside he and the advisors see a rock glowing with extremely potent chakra. Looking at the rock with lust for power, he admires it. Soon however he hears sounds of shouting and fighting outside of the dojo. He goes to see Natsuhi and Naruto fighting off the group of Anbu loyal only to him. Naruto with the twin dragon sabers is cutting apart the attacking Anbu. Natsuhi is fighting off several Anbu captains. The duo tear apart the Anbu in question. Naruto and Natsuhi look their way prepared to fight the trio. Ah Natsuhi, how good that we won't have to find you, and I see you brought a friend with you. I bear you two together, said the man as he discards his robes revealing battle armor. This madness ends today, Akahashi. I will not allow you to kill more kids for your power-hungry dreams, said Natsuhi as she charges at Akahashi. Soon a fierce battle ensures between the 5 highly skilled ninja. Naruto was fighting a 2-on-1 battle against the advisors. Natsuhi and Akahashi are going back and forth. Soon the shinobi duo overpower the treacherous star trio. I'm not beaten yet, said Akahashi as he uses his ninjutsu to drain his advisors of their chakra and places the star on his chest. His body gains muscle mass as Natsuhi watches in horror at his transformation. Time to die, said Akahashi as Naruto gestures for Natsuhi to stand aside. Not yet, said Naruto as he transforms into his green dragon man state. The 2 battles in fierce ninjutsu battle. Akahashi is powerful, but Naruto is more skilled. Slowly Akahashi starts to lose ground as well as become physically unstable due to the enhanced chakra, slowly tearing his body apart cell by cell. Both get into a grapple. Akahashi is fighting a losing battle as his strength starts to leave him. Naruto senses his opponent's weakness. Exploits it by using a scissors takedown on Akahashi. The beast warrior proceeds to tear out the meteorite in Akahashi's chest. Akahashi begins to destabilize at a rapid pace, and soon there is nothing left of the form of the self-made 4th Hashikage. Good riddance, said Naruto as Natsuhi ties up the 2 advisors. Thank you, Naruto, but what now? Asked Natsuhi, curious about the young blonde. You need to remove the bad branches in your tree. Well, I absorbed the energies of the meteorite, said Naruto as Natsuhi looks at her in shock. But Naruto, it could kill you, said Natsuhi, worried about the blonde in front of her. Not to worry, Natsuhi, my green dragon state has the bonus of absorbing Senjutsu chakra. I will be fine. Plus, I would need to take it with me so your village could start off fresh without relying on this dangerous chakra source. Reasoned Naruto as Natsuhi nods in agreement. I am off, the future is safe in your hands, Natsuhi, just be sure bastards like these don't get power ever again, said Naruto as he leaves. Natsuhi for her part is smiling at how Naruto gave her a future to look forward to. In Konoha. The Uzumaki Namikaze brides and lovers are having a girls' night out. Each one having a great time with one another. As they each talk about their hobbies and fashion sense. The night is going great until a certain Inuzuka walks up to Hinata. Hey Hinata, why don't you ditch the freak and get with a champ? Said Kiba in a beepy tone. Kiba, I'm already with a champ and he's a whole lot better than a runt like you. Said Hinata as many of the Uzumaki Namikaze wives are laughing at the Inuzuka being rejection. Ryusei for his part is having a candlelight dinner with Tsunade at a fancy restaurant. So darling, how was your day been going? Asked Ryusei, curious about his lover's well-being. Very nice, Ryusei darling. However, Jiraiya had tried to break us up. But I took care of him, said Tsunade as he looks at her lover in question. He'll learn how to accept it. But enough about him, let's enjoy the evening while the night begins to fall. Especially when it complements your beautiful dress and eyes, said Ryusei as Tsunade for her part giggles and smiles at Ryusei's compliment. Such a charmer, said Tsunade as her foot creases his groin that is becoming erect. Tech please, said Ryusei as he and Tsunade look at each other with bedroom eyes. In the Uchiha compound. Satsuki is told news she is never known to be delightful. So, I get to be married to that primal Adonis. I could already see his eyes, said Satsuki, thinking of a certain blonde. Oh, that's not all, Satsuki, said Mikoto in a smiling tone that makes her daughter light up even more delightment. Back with Naruto. Naruto has been traveling on foot towards vegetable country for 2 days. The star from Hashigakure is growing dimmer by the day. He had been absorbing so much of the chakra into his body. It started to affect him in a more positive manner. As his build grows from rivaling Jiraiya's to surpassing his slightly. As he walks he smells something in the distance. He recognizes it as the smell of blood. Moving towards the area, Naruto discovers a rude Anbu-style campsite. He senses that the Anbu operatives aren't inside of the tents. Empty. Knowing them, they may have found the entrance but are most likely dead. Thought Naruto as he moves swiftly and silently through the camp as to not arouse suspicion. He sees the entrance to the chamber. He smells the scent of blood through the air. Naruto moves in the entrance of the temple. He looks around to see the guardian on a throne-looking board. "Are you the guardian of the King Tiger armor?" asked a curious but cautious Naruto as he looks at the armored warrior. "Yes, I am. You may come and claim it, but be warned, any misstep and you will be skewed by spears hidden around the environment," said the guardian as he gestures all around the environment. Naruto, using his heightened senses, moves cautiously and determined through the environment. Naruto senses something about the traps, uses his falcon sight to sense out the environment ahead. Walking and avoiding the trigger plates around the environment. He soon closes the distance and is walking up the steps towards the guardian. "Superb thinking, Naruto. But the next part is tricky. For you have 2 riddles to solve," revealed the guardian. Naruto looks at him and says, "Ask them." "Very well. The first riddle: when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object, what happens?" asked the guardian. Naruto thinks an unstoppable force is met by an immovable object, what happens? He then answers. "The unstoppable force surrenders." The guardian looks at him and says. "Correct," said the guardian. "Now the second to last one. You are given the death sentence and you have to choose one door out of 6 doors. Door 1 has a pack of wolves, door 2 a spike pit, door 3 has a tornado full of swords, door 4 has an unseen killer in the dark, door 5 has a river full of 10 Komodo dragons that each hasn't been fed in 8 months, door 6 has a lethal beast man. Which one do you choose and tell why?" asked the guardian. Naruto thinks on the question. All 6 doors carry a danger that can end his life if he was a normal man, however one out of the others wouldn't be able to do so. The pack of wolves are dangerous, spike pit lethal, tornado is very dangerous, an unseen killer scary, lethal beast man heck extremely dangerous. Wait, Komodo dragons that haven't been fed in 8 weeks. That's right, thought Naruto as he has a moment of realization. Door 5 would be my choice, answered Naruto as the guardian looks at him and asks why. Because a Komodo dragon can only go without eating for 1 to 1.5 months. 8 months would be too long. Even with the Komodo dragons devouring each other, the last one would still die due to the Komodo not eating for half a month. Answered Naruto as the tiger guardian looks at the blonde as he gets up from the throne and says, "You are correct, the armor of the King Tiger is yours soon." The guardian glows to reveal the King Tiger armor in all of its glory. Naruto senses that his clothing is tearing apart as the star becomes an inert meteorite. The seal holding the QB soon releases the beast in a more humanoid form. With the release of power, Naruto is knocked to the ground. Soon a man with blood-red hair, crimson-red eyes, a build and face akin to a young warrior king that would get many warrior women attracted. He wears clothing akin to a Yamabushi warrior as he comes from the small pillar of energy. "I am free," said the man in question. "Yes, you are QB," said Naruto as he looks at the humanoid QB no Kitsune. "So, what will happen now?" asked Naruto, curious of the Biju humanoid in question. "Well, I would like to find a purpose somewhere, but I have a feeling I need to lay low for a while. But don't worry, I will settle my debt with Konoha in an equally beneficial way," said the Biju as he moves towards the exit with incredible speed, greatly outrunning the oncoming spears. Might as well follow his lead, thought Naruto as he moves towards the entrance. As he moves towards entrance, he notices that the beastified human is nowhere to be seen. "I have a feeling I will be seeing the tailed beast again," thought Naruto as he moves towards a tent to changes into his armor. Back in Konoha and Anbu headquarters. Hiruzen is studying several drafts on schematics for new Anbu armor and gear. Seeing as his Anbu needs an update on gear and equipment that will tell them apart from rude Anbu. He looks at a particular set that will do just the trick. "I like to see spies get into my ranks now," thought Hiruzen as he goes towards the lead blacksmith in question. In Suna. The trio of genin are walking towards a fire country. One, a red-haired girl with tanuki liner on her eyes, looks in the west as if sensing something of great power. "I hope mother will be pleased by the blood of whatever that is," thought the red-haired girl as she continues walking. Naruto is traveling towards fire country in his green dragon state, flying over many villages. Naruto senses that the armor is also spreading around his wings. Vishnu is one hell of a maker in the way of armor. Hachiman chose the right person when sending the friend of Hagoromo in question, thought Naruto as he flies towards Konoha. As he is flying, he wonders what the humanoid QB is doing at the moment. After all, what he had witnessed is a new phenomenon of sorts. As Naruto flies over the vegetable fire country border, he notices a girl with mint green hair and tan skin flying away from the direction of river country. But the QB no Kitsune. QB is traveling in the trees of vegetable country towards a place where he can lay low for a while and assume a new identity to hide under as he figures out how he is in this humanoid form of his when he was released from the seal. As he is traveling he sees a caravan being attacked by ninja led by 3 men with triangle markings on their face. Seeing this he thinks to leave, but then sees the children in the caravan itself. Knowing what needs to be done, QB leaps into action against a force of mercenaries. Using extraordinary fighting abilities he manages to even the odds and push the mercenaries away. Slaughtering a great deal of them with fighting skills. Using everything from the environment hazards, the mercenaries' own weapons, and some of the pieces of destroyed wagons. The 3 ninja looking from above to see humanoid QB in action. Grins at the man in question as they jump down to see if they could do better. "Looky here brothers, it looks like these weaklings hired a tough man to be their protector," said the oldest brother. "Right brother, but it looks like he's nothing but a wild animal," said the youngest. "Who the heck are you 3 wimps?" asked QB looking at the 3 in question. "Well savage, we are the Janin and we're looking for the princess of vegetable country so we can kill her or have some fun with her," said the second oldest as he licks his lips. "What, you boys couldn't get it up with any bar wench?" said QB as the Janin got angry with his remark about their competence in the bedroom. "Oh, you're going to pay for that," said the oldest as he and his brothers get into battle stances. "Talkers, they all die the same," said QB getting into his own stance. The battle commences. The Janin wanted to test the waters with the man, seeing if they could overpower the Yamabushi and kill him easily. QB is using a makeshift hybrid style of Minato's Shadow Fist and Kushina's Yamada Fist, striking hard and with lethal force. The youngest of the Janin brother found this out the hard way with a kick that broke his ribs, causing a piece of bone to puncture a lung, killing him slowly. The battle gets brutal and bloody as QB and the remaining Janin aim for kill shots. The Janin are hitting hard but is hardly phasing the human Biju. The remaining 2 Janin decided that QB has warranted their use of ninjutsu break away from the close combat. One casts out a fireball jutsu, while the other does the same however. QB blocks with a wind barrier jutsu. QB returns the favor by sending out a fireball jutsu of his own, greatly wounding the second oldest Janin. The oldest brother sees QB ready a wind jutsu, picks his brother up and uses him as a human shield as QB releases the wind jutsu, shredding the injured brother to pieces. The oldest Janin brother tries to retreat, but QB seeing a nearby sword grabs it and throws it at the man, killing him instantly. "Is everyone alright?" QB asks as he goes around to check on the injured people of the caravan. "Thank you stranger for your worry," said a man with purple hair. "No problem, but might I ask why you dress like a man in guard uniform?" asked QB as everyone including the woman in question is shocked. "How do you? I have enhanced senses," said QB, interrupting her mid-sentence. "It's a long story," said the woman as she looks at the man in question. "Well, it's a long trip to your destination," said QB as he looks her dead in her eyes with her looking back. "Well stranger, let's talk on the road," said the woman as she walks towards her carriage with QB following. Back with Naruto. Naruto is flying alongside a female Jinchuriki by the name of Fu who is deserting her village due to the amount of abuse she has suffered through. Naruto, concerned for the Jinchuriki of the 7-tailed beetle, gave her an invitation to join Konoha seeing as she would be abused by Aiwa. Fu reluctantly accepted the invitation from Naruto. Fu at first was startled at Naruto's appearance, seeing as he was a reptile man with wings. She soon became at ease when Naruto explained his situation as a bimorphic beast man with the powers of the white tiger and the azure dragon. Fu is amazed at the blonde beast man's powers and abilities when Naruto showed off his ability to generate the elements to create powerful storms. "So Naruto, this armor you're wearing, what does it do exactly?" asked a curious Fu. "Well, it's called the King Tiger armor. It amplifies my physical endurance beyond its normal scale, while also enhancing and maximizing my strength," explained Naruto, as Fu is intrigued by the blonde's armor. They soon come up on Konoha's gates. The 2 land in front of the gate guards, transforming back into his human state. "Hey Katetsu, Izumo, how's it going?" asked Naruto as he and Fu walk up to the gate. "Awesome armor Naruto, how you've been?" asked Katetsu as he and Izumo look at their friend in question. "Well, just managed to tie up some loose ends and help a friendly village get back on its feet," said Naruto nonchalant. "That's good to hear, so who's the girl with you?" asked Izumo. "Probably another lover," said Katetsu in a joking manner as Fu blushes slightly at the statement. "Actually she is migrating from Taki to Konoha," said Naruto as Katetsu nods in understanding. "Okay miss, please accompany me to the Hokage Tower so you can get citizen status," said Izumo as he travels towards the Hokage Tower, with Fu following. Naruto goes towards his home from his travels. He feels a great deal tired and sore from his travels and battles. He wants to relax and get something to eat. Back with QB. QB and the woman now revealed to be the new Lady Daimyo had been traveling in the carriage towards the capital for days. QB, going by his true name Kurama, was told how her father was murdered by the Janin, a trio of brothers who had training in specialized ninjutsu. She also explained how she was a hostage for all of her life. Right now Kurama is in the spa soaking from having to train the remaining ninjas to be skilled shinobi. As he is relaxing, he hears to door to see Haruna in a towel. "Have room for one more being boy," said Haruna as she removes her towel and looks at Kurama hungrily with Kurama looking back with similar eyes. "Sure, Lady Daimyo, anything for you," said Kurama in a welcoming manner as Haruna climbs into the spa pool with Kurama. Haruna and Kurama had originally disliked each other during the travel. With Kurama disliking Haruna for her cold and cruel nature and Haruna not liking his judgmental attitude and righteousness. However, the two soon found each other attractive and looked at their own views on life, leading to many near sexual encounters with each. Kurama for his part is attracted by the woman for her will to survive, Haruna his strong will, honor and determination. "So Kurama, do you have anything for the day?" asked Haruna as she looks into his crimson eyes. "No, but I think I do," said Kurama as he locks lips with the female daimyo. Kurama for his part is going to love being a husband of the daimyo of vegetables country as he feels Haruna grabbing his manhood. Haruna breaks the kiss and licks her lips as what she's going to feel from her lover. Elsewhere in the elementals. "Please spare no Nuo," shouted a bandit who gets crushed by a sand as a trio of ninja walks away from the site leaving their bodies. "Well, that was a waste of time. Maybe there are men with more backbone near fire country," said the red-haired girl who is traveling toward the border of fire and wind. "Gaia is acting stranger than normal. I have seen her when in private. Maybe it must be the time of the month for a Jinchuriki in question," thought the boy in black cat robes as he walks towards beside his little sister. Back in Konoha Namikaze estate. Kushina, Tsunade and Tsume are shocked Naruto not only found the King Tiger armor, but also the twin dragon sabers, fully completing the set of arms and armor for him. But he's no longer a Jinchuriki. After absorbing the chakra of a chakra-imbued meteorite, which gives them even more shock, explaining his improved build and height. "Naruto, that is some adventure. So, tell me, how is it you're still alive from such an experience?" asked Tsunade as she is examining his vitals on a special machine she had built. "It's primarily due to the QB, my White Falcon and Azure Dragon abilities of absorbing nature energy, that the seal had overwhelmed the seal containing QB and released QB while also giving some of his chakra passively," explained Naruto as the scans are completed. Tsunade looks at the readings of the scan. She is getting more surprised by the minute by the readings she's got from Naruto's physiology. "What is it, Tsunade-sensei?" asked Kushina looking at Tsunade in question. "Well, Kushina, your son's body has the capacity and potency of 4 Uzumakis due to his absorption of nature chakra of that meteorite, and QB's chakra, enhancing his makeup even further. His regeneration is now near instantaneous, his body is stronger, faster, more enduring, and even more efficient than some of the strongest ninjas or samurai I have ever met," said Tsunade, as Kushina is shocked by this information. "Wow," said a surprised Tsume as she can think of her grandchildren with what Naruto has at the moment. Elsewhere in Konoha. Hinata is practicing with her sister, instructing her in the more unorthodox tactics of close quarters combat as well as the use of weapons. With the weapons being the Dao sword. While Hanabi at first didn't understand the reason for weapons practice. Hinata explained that the Hyuga clan needs to be more diverse in other skills other than hand-to-hand combat, reasoning, while their skill is among the best in the world. The clan's only strength is also their greatest weakness, as she explains that should the enemy focus on tactics to combat either the gentle fist or the Byakugan with special tactics or bombs designed to nullify them completely. Hinata had also encouraged her fellow clansmen in studying more contemporary fighting forms and weapon styles, seeing as the gentle fist has become too limited and restricted in close quarters combat. "Excellent, Hanabi, your skills with the sword are superb, just remember your training and keep yourself in peak fighting condition mentally and physically," said Hinata as her sister nods happily at her sister as she and Hinata go inside to wash up for dinner. Back with Naruto. Naruto is in the Hokage tower and he himself is getting surprises as he meet the Anbu in new stylist armor, reminiscent of the ninja armor used by the first, second and third Hokage, only with more of an animal design to it. "Nice duds, let me guess the old man made it so that you can tell each other from them," said Naruto, knowing that the rude Anbu will have a harder time hiding in plain sight. Yes, he got the idea when his grandson Konohamaru forgot one of the figurines of his 47 Ronin set, said Nico, who likes the design of her cat-themed ninja armor. "So, what's the old man want me to do for security of the exams?" asked Naruto as he looks at Nico. "Well, to put it bluntly, he needs you to make sure the perimeter of the village is well secured from possible staging areas. With your enhanced senses, it's likelihood you could find something we won't find," said Nico as Naruto nods in understanding of the situation, a possible attack from some of the lesser-known villages, such as Sound Village, that popped up a few years back. "No problem, so what's my pay for this?" asked Naruto, wondering how much he is being paid for the task. "He's going to pay you 50 billion ryo, 726,735. 34 in US dollars, answered Nico as she looks at Naruto is surprised at the amount he's receiving. It will be done, said Naruto as he walks out of the office with the task in mind of the village. As he is walking out, he bumps into a girl with red hair carrying a large gourd. Pardon me ma'am, I didn't mind where I was going, said Naruto as he looks at the girl in question. The girl appears to have tanuki-like eyeliner. She is accompanied by a blonde-haired girl with 4 ponytails and a boy in black cat-like dress wear with face paint of sorts. I apologize as I am Gaia of the desert. Me and my siblings Tamari and Kankuro are here for the Chunin exams, said Gaia as she looks at the golden blonde with interest. Nice to meet you, I am Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze, said Naruto as he takes Gaia's hand and kisses it. Gaia for the first time is feeling something on the road of love for the blonde. So, he's the beast fighter. Too bad he isn't my type because I could feel from the way his muscles are he would be fun in the bedroom, thought Tamari as she looks Naruto up and down blushing. Well, I must be off then, see you 3 around, said Naruto as he takes another look at Gaia and shuns away. Well Gaia, I think you may have found a boyfriend in the beast fighter, said Tamari in a teasing tone. Yeah, a guy who can turn into a beast at will, said Kankuro in a cool and calm tone. Mother, why are you so quiet? Maybe it has something to do with Naruto, thought Gaia as she and her siblings goes toward the Hokage's tower. Time skip Konoha at sunset. As the sunset's work is being done, the Anbu is coordinating with the Fire Daimyo samurai guards on security. Hiruzen is approving new food benders for the finals. Everyone is resting for the exam ahead. One Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze is checking for any spy who is probing the walls. He notices a few from Iwa, Odo and Suna. Sneaking up on them, Naruto subdues the trio and interrogates the 3. Iwa was trying to find a way into the village so they could send a hit squad to kill him. Odo was seeking a secret staging point for an attack on the village. Suna for their part is helping Odo due to their daimyo cutting funding and seeing it as a way to make the Wind daimyo change his mind. Naruto kills the spies from Odo and Iwa while knocking out the Suna spy. As he stalks through the trees, Naruto hears sounds of screaming being heard. He goes to investigate as he sees a pinket being hassled by some male chunin. Come on Sakura, give it up and let it happen, your eyes look so juice and tantalizing, said one chunin as he licks his lips. Your mouth looks good enough for my beep. Why don't you put your mouth on it after we finish giving it to you, said another chunin. One chunin wrestles Sakura to the ground. Her clothes are about to be torn until an arrow tears one chunin's armor off. You 3 signed your death warrant, said Naruto, who's holding the Ultra Falcon warbow. Naruto attacks, laying into the trio with punches, kicks, elbows and knees to crush his position. Beating them down with elbows and knees, attacking with lethal intent causing internal injury. Naruto kills the last one with a back his spine. Turning to the scared pink-haired girl. Are you alright, asked Naruto, worried about the girl in question. Yes, I am fine, said Sakura as she recovers from her shock. Head home and file a report to the Hokage about this event, said Naruto in a assuring tone as Sakura returns home towards the village. Naruto continues his search around Konoha. Elsewhere in the leaf, the girl known as Gaia is looking at the full moon. She sees it as a blood moon. A moon of mystery and power only. She is thinking about a blonde-haired boy in question. Whatever you are, Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. Mother, isn't blood 30 when you are around? I don't know what it is, but I will find out sooner or later, thought Gaia as she stares at the moon. One Jiraiya of the Sannin is mixing a dart full of black star poison to kill if not wound the beast warrior so he wouldn't be in the way of the toad's wealth and influence. Time is coming close to the Chunin exam as everyone is working the night shift being longer for some reason. Konoha at midnight. Doc, what's going on? Why are you spying on your allies? Said Naruto as he slaps the Suna spy across his face. Naruto had been interrogating the Suna spy for hours. The man looked beaten up from a bar fight as Naruto worked him for information. Naruto knees the man in the back as he spits up some blood. Okay pal, why don't we try again? Why are you here in Konoha spying? Demanded Naruto as he looks at the man in question. Okay, I was here to spy for ways for Suna and Odo. So we could attack during the final exams to show our dumbest daimyo that he chose wrong to send our missions to Konoha. With help from Orochimaru, answered the spy as Naruto is interested in the spy's banter. Tell me your village's situation, asked Naruto as the spy relays everything he knows about the situation. Explaining how the daimyo has been cutting funding to Suna for some unspecified reason. Some speculate it has something to do with a foreign dignitary in Fire Country that wanted Konoha Shinobi to have more missions. The spy also revealed that someone connected to Konoha may be involved in Suna's weakening economy, as he reveals how the missions involve protection of shipping routes, road travel routes, bodyguarding and lastly bandit terminations. Naruto for his part begins to speculate that a certain warhawk has something to do with Konoha's allied village's situation, as the action seems like an imperialist stratagem, seeing as it weakens Konoha's allies and makes it to the point that the village would be weak to be easily conquered. Thank you for that information, good night, said Naruto as he knocks out the Suna spy and heals some of the man's wounds. Naruto makes 2 shadow clones to take the prisoner to his home's dungeon. I need you to transform and go to the Wind Country's capital to speak with the Wind Daimyo, tell nothing of the village's attempt to attack. Ordered Naruto as his shadow clone nods, transforming into his Azure Dragon state and flying off towards Wind Capital. Elsewhere in Konoha. You are wonderful, my dragon lord, said Tsunade as she locks with Ryusei, deeply tongue wrestling him. Ryusei breaks the kiss. Yes, my dragon queen, soon you won't be the only one, enjoy what you have experienced, said Ryusei as they cuddle with each other under the sheets as they drift asleep holding hands. Do you think this village needs me? Ryusei-kun asks Tsunade as Ryusei says. It's your path in life, but it will call to you. If not you, it will call for someone with darkness in their heart, said Ryusei as Tsunade thinks of the shinobi of darkness with dread as they fall asleep. In the Hokage's office. Hiruzen is looking at the numbers of bank accounts that an account had made about the past fiscal year on spending. The man showed the anomaly of the numbers. What the hell is going on, thought Hiruzen as he is looking out into the night. Have these checked and triple check for any inaccuracies, said Hiruzen as he looks at the accountant who nods in understanding. Hiruzen is thinking someone is up to no good as he looks out into the village as he waits for the accountant's report on of the banking numbers for the village. In Vegetable Country. Kurama is practicing his Kitsune Kumai techniques in front of Haruna, who is in bed naked as she watches her lover practice with erotic intrigue. He is strong, powerful, savage and fierce, where has he been all my life, thought Haruna as she sees him finish with the splits. So Haruna darling, what plans do you have for your nation? Asked Kurama as he gets to his feet and looks at his lover. Well, I would need a strong military commander to lead my nation's samurai forces, and well, you seem like the perfect candidate to train them, said Haruna as Kurama thinks about it. After all, he has seen how samurai carries themselves. It would be a good thing to give out some hard truths of the art of combat. Sure, my lovely, it would be my pleasure, said Kurama as he kisses Haruna on the lips, tongue wrestling with her as he climbs back into bed to cuddle with his lover. Maybe I could try a military concept I had learned from another world that may serve a purpose in this world and this country, thought Kurama as he goes to sleep. In Wind Country. The shadow clone of Naruto is traveling towards the capital of the Wind Country. As he is traveling, he begins to see the capital of Wind Country in his sights as he soon lands at the city's gates, transforming back to his normal state as he walks towards the daimyo's palace. The Naruto shadow clone is getting looks of desire from the women in the streets as he walks towards the palace, thinking to itself. Boss may want to do this visit inconspicuously as tonight tip off who he thinks it is. As the shadow clone goes towards an alley to transform into his white tiger beast state as he moves towards the palace. On Mount Myaboku. Jiraiya is preparing the strongest form of black star poison so he can kill Naruto. He only hopes that he doesn't have immunity to it or have anything up his sleeve. Little does he know. As he continues to prepare. This potency should be enough to kill that beast fighter after all, it's the highest concentrated dose of the black star poison. Thought Jiraiya as he starts to finish the needle. Back in Konoha inside of the Forest of Death. Satsuki is with her team in the survival portion trying to survive the free-for-all contest as they try to find a heaven scroll. As they are moving, her teammate senses something from below as they each dodge an attack from below. It appears to be Akusa Kunoichi as she locks on to Satsuki with interest. My Satsuki Uchiha, sister of Itachi Uchiha, how thrilling, I see you are aware of what's around you, but let's see if you're strong. Said Kusa Kunoichi as she licks her lips. Satsuki's teammates attack but are casually batted away. Satsuki stands her ground and fights the creepy Kunoichi. Attacking with advanced skill and timing to fight off the strange Kunoichi, however Satsuki, while putting up a tough fight, is beaten back. Well, you're certainly tough for a Konoha Kunoichi, but I have come to do what I want to do, said the woman as she is about to do something until a windmill shuriken hits the Kusanin in the back. Step away from the girl, said a familiar voice as they turn to see Naruto Uzumaki. Satsuki is smirking at Naruto's arrival. Step away from the girl, Kusanin, or should I say Orochimaru, said Naruto as the Kusa Kunoichi reveals herself to be Orochimaru after tearing off her disguise. So the beast fighter is here, good. It would be a dream of a lifetime to gain your genetic material, said Orochimaru as he looks at Naruto with interest in his genom. Sorry Snake Eyes, not happening. Said Naruto as Orochimaru pulls the windmill shuriken out of his back, throwing it to the ground. Anvil of Crom. Who said I need you permission? Said Orochimaru as he looks at the blonde in question. As he draws out his sword. Naruto draws out his own long sword. The two leaps at each other with incredible agility. Satsuki witnesses an intense battle between the two as Naruto, using his mastery of the sword to keep up with a more seasoned Orochimaru on equal footing. Both are trading blows with one another in contest of swords. The sword fight lasts for an hour and 60 minutes. Orochimaru is playing dirty, but Naruto is playing smarter using the White Falcon ability to see each of Orochimaru's ploys. Orochimaru mixes things up and attacks with poison jutsu, which Naruto uses a fireball that burns away the poison. Soon an extending ninjutsu battle commences as the two trade fireballs in the forest. Orochimaru, seeing that Anbu are moving closer towards the area, summons a giant snake to attack Naruto, trying to capture him, and seeing Orochimaru's attempt to capture him, transforms into his Azure Dragon state, allowing him to burn away the summoned snake. Orochimaru, seeing no other option, retreats, but not until he places a curse mark on Satsuki, who is soon knocked out by the implanted seal. End of song. Soon Anbu's Nico, Yamaniko, Kuma and Washi arrive at the battle site. Seeing Naruto in his Azure Dragon state as he transforms back. What happened here, Namikaze-sama? Asked Yamaniko as he looks at Naruto and the battle site in question. Orochimaru happened, let the Hokage know, said Naruto as he goes towards Satsuki's unconscious form. Naruto looks at the seal with interest. Orochimaru may be a madman, but I will admit he's an incredible sage, thought Naruto as he scans the seal. Naruto, seeing the seal is a little more than a parasitic seal that contributes chakra to its sustenance as it pumps in sage chakra of a dark nature. Naruto places a seal of a unique design on top of the curse seal. That should keep it in check for a while until I make a counter seal. Thankfully I have samples of the QB's chakra that will help me counter this seal, thought Naruto as he remembers finding some of the remains of the QB's chakra. Hey you two, said Naruto as he looks at Satsuki's teammates. Naruto throws them a scroll with the kanji for heaven. Take Satsuki and get her to the tower. Said Naruto as the two nods in agreement as they take their teammate towards the tower in the center. In Wind Country. The Wind Daimyo, a man of great physical build, can be seen in the garden next to his wife, enjoying the view of their beautiful garden as they walk through it. They are about to continue to walk through it until they hear. Pardon me, your grace, said the shadow clone Naruto in his white tiger state on a nearby tree as he lands in front of the Wind Daimyo and his wife. The Daimyo draws his sword, getting into a stance. Who or what are you, demanded the daimyo as he looks at the man-beast who morphs into his human state. Your Majesty, I am from Konohagakure, employed as an independent warrior. Well, I am a shadow clone of him. I am here to investigate a possible plot of not only a mutinous insurrection, but also a plot to weaken Suna. But I need your cooperation as I have a feeling that whoever is planning said mutinous insurrection might have someone in the shadows watching and under their control, explained Naruto as the man is cautious towards the blonde in question, but listens to his request as he sheathes his sword slightly. What questions do you need answering, warrior? Asked the Wind Daimyo as he looks at Naruto in question. It's about some of the visitors you had the last 9 months that came from Konoha. Asked Naruto as he looks at the man in a calm expression. In the secret root base. Danzo is looking at his paint, admiring its perfect and symbolism to him as a warhawk. Things are going according to plan. Once Hiruzen is out of the way, that beast warrior will be under my thumb, thought Danzo as he makes the final stroke for the painting. Zero, be sure all goes as well as I rest for the night, commanded Danzo as the root member named Zero goes to do his master's bidding. End chapter. So this part ends here. If you want to see next part of this series, like the video now and share the story with your friends. Bye bye.